hey, I'm gonna check and see if I'm in ketosis, because I've been doing keto and I've been doing pretty good at staying on track. So that's my chair. So I'm gonna go check it out, but you can't come with me. Be back. I'm in ketosis. Yep, I'm in ketosis. They have a chart right here. And look at that. I am in ketosis. Yepper. Aren't you so happy I shared that with you? I'm so excited because that means I'm going to start losing weight. Now, I have lost a few pounds already, but now I'm really going to lose pounds. You're in my closet area. So all you have to do is buy yourself some region strips for your analysis to measure if you're in ketosis, and then it gives you a little chart with all the colors that will tell you if you are or if you aren't. And I are. Cool. That means I'm losing weight. I mean, I knew I was. So now it's time for me to make dinner. I'm so excited. I've been doing so good and I've been strictly sticking to it. So that humming that you hear in the background, maybe you might be hearing some humming, and if you do, that's the dump that's right behind my camper here at the Black Hawk campground. It's still crappy outside and it's rainy, so we're staying inside today, even though I have my bathing suit on just in case the sun comes out. But don't think it's gonna happen. In fact, we're gonna have another round of thunderstorms tonight and possibly tornado warnings here in Wisconsin. I'll show you the picture here of what they're telling us. But I got my fan on. I prefer not to use the air conditioning if I don't have to, even though it comes with the RV site. But it's just a little too cold for us, and I like everything open. I like to see what's going on outside, and I like to smell the fresh air. So I'm gonna make myself something to eat. So here we go. I'm gonna make a steak. I took the 2 scallions, chopped them up, put a little butter in the pan, sauteed those scallions with some garlic powder. Yep. And then I'm going to have my feta cheese, which is 0 carbs, ready to put on top of my steak. I like a little steak sauce on my steak, so I bought this Primal steak sauce. It's organic and it's only 1 carb for 1 tablespoon. Well, I didn't even use 1 tablespoon. I only used a teaspoon. Give a little flavor to the natural butter juices from the steak when I was cooking it. And as you can see, I fried my filet right in a fry pan with a lid. I actually only used like a teaspoon instead of 1 tablespoon of steak sauce because I had some of the butter juice that I used to cook it in. And look at it, it's cooked perfect, medium rare. Actually more medium than rare. And a little feta on there. Yep, and some scallion onions because they're less in carbs. I actually had only 2 eggs today and bacon. And then I ate this steak for dinner with a little feta on it. And it looks really good. A nice medium, like I like it, with some feta and some scallion onions. Mmm. Yum, yum. Keto carnivore. Okay, so I have one more recipe that I want to show you. I mean, I don't know if you've seen my other videos before where I made ice cream. Okay, well, I made ice cream again, and I wasn't sure. I was just kind of winging it, you know. I just wanted to see about something that I kind of saw a partial recipe for, but I wasn't sure. I didn't write it down, so I thought I'm going to wing this and I'm going to try it myself. So what I did was I took some butter, and I didn't video it because I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out. So I took some butter, and I just like took 2 huge scoops of real butter, threw it in my frying pan, melted it up, and then I took a handful of pecans that were already chopped, and I put them in a plastic baggie, and I smushed them so that they were ground up a little bit, and then I threw them in the melted butter on the stove. And I took a teaspoon of monk fruit because I'm not using sugar and I'm on a low carb diet. I took a teaspoon of monk fruit, threw it in the pan, stirred it all up, thinking that maybe it would caramelize a little bit or whatever. And oh my God, the smell was just yummy. I mean, if there was smell-o-vision and I was doing a true video, a whole video of what I did, the smell would have told you, oh my God, this smells really good, I even actually put some on the side later and put my bacon in it that I have for breakfast, and pecans are the best nut you could eat on keto if you're going to eat any nut. So then I took my non-dairy cream, and I'll show you the cream, made by Silk. And I found this the other day in Target. Was it Target? No, it wasn't Target. I can't even remember what store I was in that I found this in. It could have been Walmart. I don't know. It might have been Walmart. I'm not sure. But anyway, it's dairy-free, heavy whipping cream alternative. And it's made by Silk. And it is 0 carbs. So it's less carbs than regular cream. But it's a whipping cream. But it's, I think regular whipping cream might be 2 carbs maybe, or 3 carbs. I'm not sure. But this is 0 carbs and fat. So it's perfect for keto. And it's not dairy. So because I am lactose intolerant, this would be a great alternative for me to try. And I thought, well, I'm going to try it. Let me put it back in the fridge. Okay, so I put it in the the creamer, into the jar about 3/4 of a way, because you want to leave room for it, 3/4 of a way. And then I took the buttered pecan combination with the little bit of the monk fruit that I had made on the stove, and it was still hot. I didn't even let it cool. And I thought, okay, I'm just going to wing it, So I put it inside here. And now I already had a teaspoon, let me correct that. I already had a tablespoon of monk fruit in the cream, because my recipe calls for a tablespoon of sweetener, whether it be Swerve or, can't think of the other yellow one. The yellow one, what's the yellow one? Stevia. So I put a teaspoon of stevia in the cream, in the heavy whipping cream alternative. And then I had the whipping cream in there about 3/4 of a way. And then I added that hot real butter and pecan with a little bit of stevia, cooked on the stove, added it right to the mixture. And I thought, this isn't going to whip up now. I stirred it up a little bit. I shook it, and it didn't seem like it was going to whip. But then I stuck it in the freezer, and every 10 minutes I came back and shook it, and I thought, it's not going to whip up. And I left it for a while, came back to shake it again, and it wasn't shaking anymore, so that I thought, okay, it's whipped from shaking it. You just kind of shake it like that, to get to freeze. And then after you have it freezing for a while, a couple hours, you go back and it's ready to go. So I went back in there to taste it. Okay. And it looks really, it's starting to thaw out already. Really creamy. It was frozen when I took it out, but I've been standing here for so long. And I tasted it. Let me show you this. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see. Oops. Oh my God. It is so good. Tasting like butter pecan ice cream. It is delicious. And it's almost 0 carbs. Butter pecan. You would love it. So good.